Yo, what's poppin', my people? It's your boy Crooks the Great, back at you guys with another banger of a UFC 4 video. And in today's video, I'm going to be giving you guys some tips and tricks on how to better manage your stamina in UFC 4. And we're going to be doing it with Dan Hooker here, who ironically is fighting at UFC 281 next weekend. So I'm really pumped to see him fight. It's been a cool minute. I believe he fought Arnold Allen in his last fight, and he actually did lose that fight. But he's one of my favorite fighters right now. But we're taking on Spooky here in the first fight. Now, one of the keys that I think a lot of people don't really hone in on is the strike output. The more strikes you throw, obviously, the more stamina it's going to take. But I feel like not a lot of people know, and not enough people know about how much stamina is taken away when you're throwing with the stamina deficit. So, I mean, this is when you throw at about 25%. Your stamina is about 25% depleted, and you're still throwing longer string combinations. If you get caught with a combination while you're throwing that, it's going to tax your long-term stamina, especially against guys like Prioxis and guys that love to work the body. Like my teammate K Youngbutter, he loves to work the body. So he'll make you pay for throwing too many strikes in a combination. So you guys see, I'm just taking my time here. You see, I'm only draining my stamina about 25%, and then I'm backing up and resetting. That's something that if you guys are newer to the game and you guys aren't comfortable with the stamina bar and how it works quite yet, you need to I'd highly recommend you just slow down your output, the amount of strikes you're throwing, until you really feel comfortable. So you see here, we're just picking our spots when to strike. Dan Hooker doesn't have the best cardio, but he's not the worst either. We're kind of just picking our shots. We're trying to slip straight. Oh, we hit him to the body right there off of a miss kick. We try to smother him, but you see how I'm just occasionally just stopping, letting my stamina reset, so that way I'm not draining my long-term stamina. And if it goes into the 4th and 5th round, I'll be in a really good spot. As opposed to, you look at my opponent, he's throwing a lot of strikes, he's whiffing on strikes. And his strike output is going to be far more than mine, and that's really what we're aiming for. So here we're just taking our time. He hits us on our block right there, which leads me into the next point for you guys, is strikes on block. Obviously, if you guys didn't know, strikes on block are going to consume less stamina, as we get that good knockdown right there with Dan Hooker off the nice frame trap right there. Strikes on block are going to cost less stamina than missed strikes. So if anytime you can land a strike on a block, whether it be to the body or to the head, you're going to lose less stamina. So that's one way that a lot of high volume strikers tend to maintain the high stamina bars, even though they have a shit ton of output, is because they're hitting your block. So if you're getting overwhelmed, you need to start trying to move your head. You need to start punishing as that round ends right there. You want to try to start punishing them for overcommitting on strike combinations, like I did to Spooky here in this first round. And you guys can see I threw 105, he threw 128, and I landed 12 more punches. So that's really what you want to be doing until you feel real comfortable with the stamina bar. You want to be throwing less and landing more. That's a really good spot to be in. But like I was saying earlier, the stamina or strikes cost less stamina when they're landing on the block. So just keep that in mind when somebody's smothering you and you're wondering why their stamina is not going down completely. It's because they're just chopping away at your block, and it's going to allow them to land more strikes and to be able to keep that pace up on you. And if you're trying to be an aggressive fighter as well, that's one thing you need to know, as we get a beautiful stun right there with Dan Hooker, is that the more strikes you land on the block, the better, because it's going to take your opponent's block health down, as well as maintain that stamina that you're going to need to keep if you're going in the 4th and 5th round. You get another beautiful knockdown right there. Now here, we're just going to try to get this fight over with. I think we've knocked him down already 3 times. We switched to southpaw just to give him a different look right there. Now you see he's trying to overload the block as well. He catches us right there in a stance switch. But look at this. He has low enough stamina that we only had to land a 2-strike combination, and we get a good knockdown again. Now I know he's in all sorts of trouble. I'm I'm pretty close to damn near guaranteeing you guys that his stamina is ridiculously low. Nice pull counter uppercut, and that already lets me know he ran out of stamina just slipping one strike. So yeah, his stamina is really depleted. And then look at our stamina bar. It's damn near pristine as we get another jab hook knockdown right there. He's trying to pull counter uppercut, hit him with a beautiful straight. Now it's just a matter of time with this low of stamina before he gets finished, to be honest. He's trying to pull counter. We're keeping the pressure up in his face. And now this is where the stamina really comes into play, because he's just not going to be able to land anything damage-wise that's going to be able to back us up unless I make a terrible mistake. But I'm just taking my time, spacing things out. Hit him with a nice straight. Double jab into a straight. Gets the job done because we overloaded that block earlier in the round. But that's going to be it for the first fight. Got a good dub right there with Dan Hooker. But with that being said, let's go ahead and jump into the second fight that I do have for you guys here on the video. Now here we are, guys. We're in the lightweight division, and we're going to be taking on Justin Gaethje. Now this one's going to be a little bit of a different matchup because Justin Gaethje is one of the best top tier fighters in lightweight in terms of stats. He has a very solid chin, and he has very, very good cardio as well. So this might make for a little bit of a tougher matchup, but we're still going to be doing the same thing. You see how we're just picking our timing. We're not just overloading the block with combinations. We're chipping away at his block, and our stamina isn't draining off too much. We're resetting. Like right there. We waste about 50%, but then we reset. I miss on the overhand right there. Reset. Let the stamina go back up. We miss on the jab, but that's okay. So there, we're just taking our time. He's chopping out our legs very, very nicely here. Oh, and he gets a beautiful leg kick, Rock. You don't really see a lot of people working the legs as much as they should, to be honest. Especially with guys like Justin Gaethje, man. If you guys are really into using Justin Gaethje, I'd highly recommend chopping at these damn legs when you get the opportunity. So we're going to adjust our game plan just a little bit here. We want to keep him on the back foot. And because I know the stamina bar so well, I can kind of tend to just press forward and still be able to conserve stamina. Especially with the tips and tricks that I just gave you guys. I utilize all of those, honestly, in my own game to wear that block down and still be able to have stamina as I head into the later rounds. So we're still trying to apply a little bit of pressure here. We're popping off strikes. We're trying to break that rhythm that he had. We checked that calf kick right there. Hit him with a good lead hook into a lead body hook. Trying to get him kicking, backing up instead of coming forward. But this guy's doing a good job of also popping back and not just standing still. Nice pull counter uppercut right there. Got him some decent damage. But we're still staying in his face. But you see how I'm not just walking forward, being reckless with my strikes. And I find that that's a real big problem for a lot of newer players to the game. When they see elite level players, they just think, oh yeah, well they just walk forward, launching off combinations. And that's not going to work. It might be able to get the lower tier guys out of there, but when you start fighting intermediate to elite and advanced level players, it's not going to work. So I'd highly recommend you learn that stamina bar before you just start trying to apply pressure like this and just launching combinations at the block. So there we hit him with a good switch kick, and you see our stamina is still pretty high. That leg health isn't looking good, but our stamina bar is looking absolutely pristine. So hit him with a good jab lead hook. Just taking our time. Not rushing anything. He still is chopping at our legs. But Dan Hooker does have a good switch stance, so we're not worried too much about it. I'm trying to break that block down. And there we get a nice block stun. Just hurting him. Mixing it up high-low to the body. He's trying to answer back. Still trying to chop at the legs. Double jab knocks him out of that slip animation. And we rock him right there to end the first round. Very, very solid work from us there in the latter half of that first round. Although our leg health is pretty much minced meat, if I could say so myself, man. We didn't check enough kicks, but at some point we're probably going to need to switch into southpaw so that way we don't get hurt. But we're going to try to employ the same strategy at the end of that first round here in the second round. So here we're trying to apply a little bit of pressure. We check that kick, get a nice leg health rock straight off the rip. Tried to counter right there. but he did unfortunately land that last strike, so that's why we weren't able to make him pay. Nice pull counter uppercut, dropped us right there. Still chopping at the leg. We double jab. We're just applying that pressure. And you see our stamina is looking very, very good. So as long as we don't eat too many strikes up to the head, I think we should be okay. He's still trying to slip straight lead overhand me right there. We're just trying to slip off. And this is another way that you can save your stamina as we get a good straight head kick knockdown into a lead hook knockdown right there. And now his stamina is looking real, real bad, as well as that head health. It's just a matter of time. So we start going down to the body. He blocks the switch kick. We're applying the crap out of the pressure right here. Just punching into that block, and that's what's allowing us to maintain this stamina that we have right now. Good slip straight lead overhand. Caught us right there though, but his stamina is looking real, real low. We get that nice knockdown right there. We switch into southpaw. Catch him with a knee to the body right there. Now we're just applying a crap ton of pressure. He's still trying to throw it off, and look at that stamina is ugly. So while he's fading, we're just picking him apart because we've been efficient with our stamina. So we're jabbing into a lead hook. He's still trying to do the same old thing. We knock him out with a nice lead hook in southpaw with Dan Hooker. But that's it for the video, guys. Hopefully these tips and tricks do help you guys better manage your stamina. If you guys have any questions, feel free to drop a question in the comment section. I'm answering every single comment that I get on this video. But if you guys did enjoy this video and you guys are new to the channel, make sure to slap that subscribe button as well as slap that like button. It'd be much appreciated. But until the next video, guys, take it easy, be safe, enjoy the rest of your guys' day, afternoon, evening, depending on where you guys are watching this from. And I will see you guys in the next video.